Hey there, hi there, ho there, everybody. So, we're back with some more Final Fantasy 15 Minimalist run. In the last episode, we took the third royal arm from the Greyshire Glacial Grotto. Now, I want to clear up a couple things. First, I changed the way that I am recording, so now I can actually hear the game audio, which I hope will get me a little more engaged in what I'm playing. And second, I received some very helpful feedback from a good friend of mine. So this is a shout out to Sydney. Thank you, Sydney, because I feel like your feedback will really help me improve my YouTubing skills. And thirdly, I realized that I was playing rather suboptimally because I wasn't equipping any of these helpful things. I was completely ignoring them for no good reason, really. So what we're going to do right now is equip these things to people. So, an experience band, this is not anything good. This is not good. This is for I don't want to level up at all challenge runs, which is not what this is. I might like a challenge, but I am not a masochist. So I'm not going to go through with that. The Warriors fanfare is not really all that useful outside of farming for ascension points. The Bronze Bangle, while it's a great, really early game accessory, is not necessary anymore. We're going to give Noctis the Garnet Bracelet, which increases his strength. That's good. Strength is good because it makes us do more damage when we attack, and that is awesome. Next, Gladio. I'm going to give him nothing. Actually, I don't know. Okay, so I want to make sure that I give the Bronze Bangle to Prompto because his max HP is crap. What should he get? Well, I think the best thing to give him right now is the Warriors Fanfare, honestly. More ascension points is better. Gladio... Bulletproof vest. Take less damage from bullets. So, there's also these outfits that actually do change your stats somewhat. I'm going to actually keep the Princess Fatigues on Noctis right now. Mostly just because I want to pad out everyone. I'm going to keep the Princess, the regular fatigues on everyone, the default outfits, because I want to make sure that their HP is as high as possible, because the default outfits grant 100 points of extra HP. I have also changed the graphics settings from light to steady. I wasn't satisfied with how the game was running with the light graphics setting. I am going to run away from this fight. My party is in no condition to face off against giant crabs right now. I think the game looks much better with the steady. Steady is optimizes performance, while light is optimizes frame rate. And I would use light all the time if it made sure that the frame rate was always 60. However, that's not the case. It just uncaps the frame rate, but the frame rate dips to 30 during every fight anyway, so why not just make the game look better with higher resolution textures and better models and that sort of thing, and just keep the frame rate at 30. So that's what we're going to do for the rest of this playthrough. And another thing on my list of grievances with myself is I did not purchase any arms or armor in Lestalem for some reason. That was a very poor decision. I basically went into the third dungeon with, items that would barely fly at the beginning of the game. They were items that I bought at the very first weapons shop in the game. So I think we're a bit overdue to purchase some better arms. So while we're driving, we will drive and do nothing. So as of recording, this is just me talking during driving because there's nothing else for me to do. Today, as of the day that I'm recording this I don't record these the same day that I upload them. My recording tactic is to record multiple episodes in one sitting and then upload one every day to make sure that I can get an episode out every day, even on days where I'm not recording an episode. So today, the day that I recorded this episode, was the second day of school. I'm a high school senior. I'm a senior in high school. And I must say, those people who say that senior year is the easiest year of high school are liars. They are lying to you. Because the people who say that senior year is the easiest year of high school are people who aren't trying. I'm taking more AP classes this year than I ever have before. 3 out of my 4 core classes that I'm taking this year are AP classes. I'm sure most of you are acquainted with what AP is. They're college level courses that you take in high school. I'm taking AP Literature, AP English Literature Composition, AP Computer Science, and I'm dumb. AP Statistics. Those are not easy classes. I mean, honors physics is probably pretty easy, but it's the second day of school. I don't know. So this is just a PSA to those of you who might not yet be high school seniors. Unless you are a person who's not really like aiming for the top. People who tell you that senior year is the easiest year of high school are liars. The easiest year of high school is none of the years. Yeah. There are no easy years of high school. If you're aiming for the top, if you're aiming to really get a really high GPA and get those AP classes knocked out and those honors classes, then you're not going to have a really, none of the years will have anything brain dead in them. Well, probably. You might take some brain dead classes here and there. Last year, to fill up a fine arts slot, I took theater arts, and that was really easy. And this year, I'm taking Lit as Film as a semester class next semester, and that should be pretty easy. But what I'm saying is, don't expect any part of high school to be easy. And then if it is easy, you'll be really happy about it. Because I went into my senior year expecting it to be easy, and already I've been proven wrong by having more homework on my second What is up with the lighting?
No way. What, too embarrassed to show your
What is happening with the lighting?
Hey, I got muscle.
That is not how sunlight works. I'm pretty sure this is a glitch. I think I've encountered it before, but yeah, that's some Studio PRO lighting, man. That's some great teacher Onizuka lighting right there. That's some really harsh lighting. I mean, harsh lighting is a nice, artistic statement, but still. So we're here to sell. We're going to sell this stuff. The point of these items is to craft them into magic. But what we're going to do is we're going to sell all of them except the debased coins and debased silver pieces and this fossil wood, because the debased coin and debased silver piece can be crafted into
thank you.
magic for the Expiricast augment on that magic. So I also bought 3 smelling salts and 3 maiden's kisses because Confusion and Toad are 2 of the most frustrating status ailments in the game. These are all status resist accessories. We probably won't see much use from those. Ignis, what? That was... Oh god, they look like they're made of plastic. Is this really what turning the graphics up does to this game? Or am I just experiencing a lot of glitches? That's really weird. That's usually not what they look like. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, poop. This is not good. See, I'm gonna let you guys in on a little secret. If there are times when I'm not talking or I'm going or like or just not sounding very intelligent and enunciated, I am screaming on the inside because I'm trying to figure out, I'm trying to scrounge wherever I can for any scrap of something interesting to say.
Welcome.
We're gonna talk to this guy
Would you like something to eat?
because he's going to mark a bunch of stuff that we don't care about on our map, but he's also going to mark all of the nearby shops on our map, which is very useful.
Thank you. But please come again.
So, that's pretty much necessary to try and navigate around Listalum because there's a ton of shops here. And most of them are food. So, where's the weapons shop? The weapons. I'm looking for weapons. For weapons. Aha! There it is. Okay, so I'm facing the wrong direction. I need to be going up and this way. Aha! There it is, I believe. In this rundown alley. Listalum kind of reminds me a little bit of Wall Market from Final Fantasy VII, a little bit, though not nearly as sleazy as Wall Market is portrayed.
Hey, what are you after this time?
Ooh, these are pretty steep. Oh, that's... Oh, wow. That's got a lot of attack power to it. That is steep. I might still not have enough to buy everything I want to buy. Oof. Big oof. Okay. We're gonna buy the Rune Saber.
Pleasure doing business.
I'm going to cautiously buy the Hard Edge and the Ice Spear because the Rapier Lance has a crappy attack rating. Mithril Knight... What? Okay, these are really important. The Assassin's Daggers are amazing because they can inflict poison every single time you land a hit. So I'm going to equip a couple things I want to equip and then sell what I don't want to equip so I can get money towards the Assassin's Daggers because those are just amazing. Ice Spear. I'm going to give... Oh, my voice cracked. I'm sorry. The Drain Lance to Ignis. Oh my god, I have the default daggers on him? Wow, I must... This is like the most ghetto playthrough of Final Fantasy 15 I've ever done. So basically the way that the weapons are going to work in this playthrough is I'm going to buy everything for Noctis and then hand down everything that he was equipping onto other people. So this war sword is going to go to Gladiolus. I'm going to sell the handgun, sell these default daggers. Oh, those are Ignis's. Okay. Okay, and that's Gladio's two-handed sword. The Avengers, Cositus, Auto Crossbow, Rune Saber, Hard Edge. Man, I sold all that stuff, and I still don't have enough to buy the Avengers, I think. I am 75 gil short of the Assassin's Daggers. You have got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. Well, I have to get better daggers for Noctis. This is not a good thing. Not a good look. Not a good look at all. See, this is the risk I run. You know what? I'm gonna buy the Mithril Pistol for Prompto because I'm feeling very generous. And he's the only person in the party that should ever equip guns. And Piercer is a fantastic tech. So I'm going to keep his... I'm actually going to invest into his pistols a little bit to make sure that his attack rating is up there for using Piercer. And I'm going to give Gladio the War Sword, and I'm going to equip the Hard Edge in place of that spell that was equipped. Spells are pretty situational. I'm sorry, I'm moving around, so if you hear a lot of noise, I'm trying to get comfortable a little bit. So now my attack rating has shot up from like 100 to in the 305 with the Hard Edge. My attack is much better than it used to be. The Rune Sabers overall bonuses are very helpful. They're much more helpful than you probably think. They seem small, but they're actually quite large. So, secondary arm, yeah. So, they can... Gladio's secondary arm is shields. Do I have enough money to, like, buy a half-decent shield for him? Because shields can be pretty useful. Yeah, I'm just going to buy the power shield for him. I'll just come back and buy the assassin's daggers later. I can probably afford to do that. So here, take this power shield, buddy. Yeah, there we go. Wow. He has almost 100 more points of attack with the power shield than he does with the war sword. Can you imagine, like, dealing more damage to someone by smacking them with a shield than you would by hitting them with a gigantic two-handed, like, greatsword? Shut up, Prompto. I mean, no offense to the person who voice acted Prompto, because Robbie Daymond is a very talented voice actor who is in a lot of other games. He's in, namely in Fire Emblem Echoes Shadows of Valencia, where he plays Tobin, and his voice lends itself excellently to a funnier character like Tobin. Well, he was also one of the main characters on that really crappy Nickelodeon show, Breadwinners. But you know what? You gotta get money. You gotta work. You know, you must have work. There are bad actors, and I mean they're not bad actors. Jesus Christ, there are good actors and bad things. Because actors need to live. Oh, okay, so I don't have to talk to him again. I just have to walk and not just look at another headache. I'm skipping this. Head to the Outlook. Okay. I think I might have to do the Titan fight at my current level. That is not good. Doing the Titan fight, what am I, level 13? Yeah, level 13, the Titan fight at level 13. Because I am getting no EXP tallies. Oh, I'm only letting myself do the mandatory experience tallies. So who am I meeting at the Outlook? Oh yeah, I think it's Arden. You meet Arden here at the Outlook. The totally not main antagonist of this game who's pulling the strings from the background or anything. Hello, Arden. I'm skipping this cutscene. He is so obviously the main antagonist of this game. He's so obviously a bad guy, but you know what? Arden is such a hammy villain that I honestly don't care. I honestly don't care that Arden is like such an obvious... Oh, I greeted that guy. Cool. I don't care that Arden is such an obvious villain because he's such a funny villain. He's like so amazingly evil and so hammy and so suave and British that I could really care less about, you know, how hammy he is and how cheesy he is.
What about it?
My car is not parked where the game thinks it is parked. I need to look at this poster to get Ignis to stop bugging me.
Let's try this.
Oh, this is probably a new recipe. No? Okay. The game thinks my car is in that space, when in truth, my car is not in that space. Oh, I have to follow Arden to his car.
Power of Kings wear you out? Kinda. I feel
Doesn't the power of kings wear you out?
Could try going.
Oh, that's a funny aneurysm moment, isn't it?
All set.
Drive with Arden to the disc. Yes.
The honor of assigning your driver.
Ugh.
Choose you.
Drive Arden's car? Dude, I want to ride with Arden.
What if I ride with you?
You might find the cab.
I want to ride
you bargain for.
with Arden. Yeah, I got 2 ascension points for abandoning my friends and getting to ride with Arden to the disc. Yeah, baby. Oh, there's a mint wrapper in my pocket. Sorry if that's making noise. Let me throw that away. So we get to ride with Arden to the disc. Arden is not a very well-written villain. Oh, this is a... Oh, that ends the chapter. Okay. Now watch these levels boom. Yes. Everyone's level 15. That's great. Alright, let's check these pictures out. I don't even know what that's supposed to be, but I like it. Oh my god, he's doing it to him. Saving that picture, because Arden is one suave old man. I like this one. I like this one. Oh hey, I'll save that one because of the traumatic memory of me fighting the Mind Flayers will never leave my mind, so you know what, I might as well just save a picture. Chapter 4, Living Legend. That's the name of a chapter from Fire Emblem 7. It's not a difficult chapter, but it's a very annoying chapter, because if you want to unlock the special side story chapter that accompanies it, Chapter 21X Genesis, then you have to get your team at least 500 experience, but this dude named Pent is an ally in that chapter, a computer-controlled unit, and he just walks around the chapter nuking the bad guys, meaning that you can't get any experience because he's an ally, so he doesn't gain experience. So basically, this what should be an easy chapter, just letting Pent clear out all the bad guys, becomes a much more difficult chapter because you have to... You know what? I'm going to full screen my game. Why am I not full screening it? There we go. It becomes much more difficult because you are required to get 500 experience if you want that sick Gaiden chapter that has a bunch of great rewards in it and has, in fact, a lot of exposition about what's going on behind the scenes in the plot. But if you can't kill a bunch of dudes fast enough... Oh, I don't get to... I don't get to... I don't get to actually ride in Arden's car. I don't get to actually ride in Arden's car. This game is a sham. This game is a scam. I want to ride with Arden.
Coincidence, huh?
Way too convenient.
I want to ride with Arden.
Following us around.
But to what end? That question
Oh,
bothers
but
me
to what
deeply,
end?
as does his origin.
Oh, Arden's origin. How funny.
But it's even harder to imagine.
This is one of the...
him as a
I believe this is actually the only sequence in the game where you are actually required to drive. You can't have Ignis drive you in this section. I'm gonna play some music now that I can actually listen to this game.
What's His Highness's opinion of this, Arden?
Don't really have one.
Where's
He's nothing more than a creepy
Where's
old
some,
dude to me.
some good Final Fantasy music? That's from Final Fantasy 1, 7, yeah, 13.
Watch our backs the whole way.
What's some... Yeah, let's listen to some relaxing music.
Fine for now, but they come without warning.
Wouldn't want to have one behind the wheel.
Stop if you need to, alright?
I can't stop if I need to. I have to follow Arden, or the game will end. It says so in red text on the screen.
Oh, somebody wants a
Prompto.
cab. Somebody else wants a proper bed.
Yeah, I can't even hear the music at all, so I'm just gonna
Can't
turn
we
it
at
off.
least make it a caravan? I don't get why you like camping so much.
Under the stars at one with nature.
Oh right, this is
what's not to like?
the one where you get to
Down the
camp with
wild, there are
Arden.
rules to follow.
Oh, it's so funny.
What say we call it a day here?
What say we can...
The Archeans...
Okay, I'm just skipping this dialogue.
Oh, I shall foot the bill. So,
Yeah. Sure.
I'm all sticky and
I-
gross.
Woohoo! About time!
I think... Does that break my rules? Did I just break my own rules? By choosing to chill out with Arden? Yeah, baby.
if it isn't yours truly.
If you'd rather not be in...
Yeah, baby, gotta save that sweet picture of Arden. So, there is a,
Though I'm still young, my blood is true.
let's say a sequence
Back at you.
later in the game where you have to choose a photo. You have to choose one of Prompto's photos, and you have to... It's supposed to be a photo that's very near and dear... What the heck? Oh, I have to talk to Arden first, that's right. You have to choose a photo that's very near and dear to your heart.
Good morning to you.
And if you so choose, you can choose any photo you want. Any photo at all. Let me just buy some potions. I can't buy more than 4 potions, Jesus.
Thank you.
It can be any photo at all. Any photo you want, you can just do it, and it'll appear in a couple scenes that are very emotional. I have to refuel the car. I have 15 freaking gil. Jesus. It'll appear in a couple... The photo that you take will appear in a couple scenes. And it can be whatever photo you want. What say we, as we're attempting to violate this game's narrative stakes as much as we possibly can, what say we use the photo of Arden, or not specifically the photo of Arden, but let's really consider the worst photo that I've saved,
Power was a genius.
the least possible sentimental photo that I've saved, and
Broke
use
off when the meteor fell. Almost fell, I should
that
say.
photo
Caught it.
And he's still there,
as
holding the thing up.
the photo that you choose for the sentimental endgame sequence,
The meteor's might for
because
the
that
worship of
would be
locals of the sky.
hilarious, because I'm taking something very somber, serious, and emotional, and I am making a mockery of it, and that is just funny. That is funny. I like that. It's funny. It's humor.
So you know, it's hot where we're going. Will the camera fare all right?
As long as I avoid open flames, it should be okay. I think.
We don't have
As
a
long as we avoid open flames, huh?
The car?
Well,
Oh, no.
Prompto clearly doesn't know what this dungeon is all about.
Personal with the Archean. I'd kick myself if I missed the photo.
It's all about
spoken like
fire.
a true photographer.
It's a fire dungeon. It's the game's fire dungeon. You know, every RPG has a fire dungeon. Every Final Fantasy game has a fire dungeon.
Just do what you gotta.
Except Final Fantasy 2, but that game sucks. Like, Final Fantasy 1 had Mount Golg. Final Fantasy 3 had the Cave of Fire.
Well,
Final Fantasy 4 had...
Even if they could,
Um,
it'd still be alright.
What was it called?
Yeah,
Jeez.
these eyes ain't that
Path of the Eidolons, that's it.
Really?
Final Fantasy V had several, but the lava-powered ship
Then why not
is...
take 'em off
the
sometimes?
fire-powered ship, rather, is one that I can think of.
Ignis likes his world
And
to be
there's
crystal
a
clear.
deep-sea crater that also has lots of magma inside of it. Final Fantasy VI has that house that's on fire. Final Fantasy VII. You know what? Final Fantasy VII actually doesn't have a lava dungeon. Final Fantasy, the first dungeon in Final Fantasy VIII is a fire dungeon. They got it
Saying,
right off the
no,
bat.
no stranger to his
Fire
highness's
Hollow,
dry
Fire
house.
Cavern, was that it?
appreciate the confidence.
Final Fantasy IX has Mountain Gulag, which is totally not a reference to Final Fantasy I's Mountain Golg or anything.
Oh, thank you.
I guess nothing can take your mind
Okay,
off Nox Drive.
actually, you know what? not every Final Fantasy game has the fire dungeon, but a lot of them do. It's a very common thematic set piece, you know. It's a very easy way to convey that your characters are in some sort of danger, to surround them with magma or fire or an oppressive atmosphere. You know, the oppressive atmosphere is a huge part of any dungeon. The theming, because, you know, there's the ice dungeon where it's cold and you slip on the ice and impale yourself on an icicle, or like a stalactite falls, a stalactite styled icicle falls and pierces you and you're freezing to death. The fire dungeon, for obvious reasons, is dangerous because extreme heat is dangerous. There's the mountain, the perilous mountain. You fall off the edge and you die, you perish. What's some other common dungeon? Oh, the swamp, the poisonous swamp. You know, you sink into the terrible poison and you get poisoned and you drown in the thick, bubbly, swampiness. The ancient ruins, you know, what kind of horrible eldritch, like ancient eldritch monster lies within these ruins? I need to do some ascension, because I just remembered that we leveled up a bunch, and, you know, leveling up gets you points for ascension, so. Oh, Death Blow. That is a very good ability. Oh, Reflex. Makes enemies flinch. That's pretty good. Teamwork isn't a spectacular, you know, skill tree, but it can be helpful with some stuff. Scintilla is not all that. Shock Drop is not all that. Ballistic is decent, but it costs a lot. The link up stuff is really good, but it costs a lot of points that I could be spending other places. These levels are okay, yeah, giving more accessory slots, that's a very, very good thing. Exploration. I'm never going to be fishing, I'm never going to be making meals, I'm never going to be doing chocobos. Yeah, you know what? I don't think I'm ever going to touch the exploration tab at all. No mercy, boost damage inflicted by a scanned. What? Yes, please. Boost damage inflicted by a scanned enemy's weakness. That is awesome. That is amazing.
Didn't expect to find a royal tomb.
Oh, a royal tomb. Oh yeah, I forgot that there's a royal tomb right here.
Let's grab it and go.
The Blade of the Mystic. Oh, and for those of you wondering why I'm not using the royal arms all that often, they drain your HP when you attack with them. So keep that in mind. I skipped that cutscene halfway through.
Here we go again.
This one's
Yeah.
huge.
Get away! Quickly!
This is the big danger scene, and we can't skip it, so. This sequence, I gotta say, is actually pretty good. It definitely feels like your characters are in danger. You gotta mash that circle button, baby!
Pull yourself up.
QuickTime events. I don't hate QuickTime events as much as some people do. I just hate when they come out of nowhere. Like, this is clearly a danger scene, so, you know, it doesn't feel like it's totally unexpected. There's Titan. We can't understand anything that he's saying.
God damn. This is
Let me just check my recording progress.
He's trying to tell me something. But what? Knocked! You okay?
Well, thank
You know
heavens
what?
you're safe. Is there a way back up?
No, but there's a path. Gonna see where it leads.
You two
And we're gonna see where it leads
Very well.
on the
Look for a
next
way.
episode. Ow!
You too.
What? We're going where?
Okay, and we're gonna see where it leads out on the next episode of Final Fantasy 15 Minimalist. I'll see you then.